sole motivator? Why did you take the project further than what everybody had in class? Because it was a class of about 30 people. So why is it that the two of you took it that far?
Well, I suppose we're lucky in that we go to a school that's very renowned for its encouragement of young people to follow their interests and if they have an idea to pursue it. So us and a lot of our other classmates, we all are interested in pursuing scientific research in various areas, and I guess we're just very lucky that the area that we chose, it worked out. So I think one thing that really motivated us is seeing pictures of, at that time there was a famine in the Horn of Africa, and seeing pictures of starving people and thinking, if this works out, this could possibly help them. That was definitely something that, drove us along the way.
Okay, thank you. Can you, in a nutshell, say what you've discovered or what you've invented or what you stumbled by? I know you're very modest, you're saying you were lucky,
no problem.
but there's a lot of hard work into getting anything new. You may have had some discouragements and obstacles on the way, but I know. So what did you really discover?
So what we've done is we used a natural nitrogen-fixing bacteria that's found in the soil, and we used it to speed up the germination rate of barley and oats by 50%, and then increase the dry mass yield of barley by up to 74%. So this has massive implications for food production, and we're hoping that we'll be able to commercialize it in the future so that it can really help people over the world who, we saw suffering during these food crises.
Wow, so it's more from the caring perspective rather than just being adventurous.
Yeah, I think so.
And the time, congratulations on your time, not nomination, but recognition, global recognition, that what really started as a classroom project has now exploded and it's literally going to save the world. It's not quote unquote, it's going to save the world because we know a lot of starvations and hunger and famine taking place in different aspects of the world. So how are you hoping to take it further? What, if anybody is watching, any investor is watching, what message have you got for them?
So we know now we've created our company Germinate Innovations, which is going to be bringing our Google Science Fair winning project, which we won as a trio with our teammate Sophie.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So it's going to be bringing this project forward with the two of us. So we do have ideas, two possible processes with which we can continue, but obviously, we are still students, so we are full-time students, so managing all that is very difficult. And also, we travel quite a lot, so this summer I'm going to go to MIT to a kind of business incubator similar to the Outbox incubator, and Emer's going to be at the London International Youth Science Forum for 3 weeks. So it will be quite difficult for us to keep working, but we're very determined that we're going to do so. So we do have two ideas on how we might continue, and one of which is actually, there's a similar method out there for a different mechanism, for triggering a different mechanism with this bacteria. So that's something that we should look at, and after further research we're hoping to go all the way to commercialization.
Okay.
At the moment, I suppose we're looking for resources so that we can actually set up our own lab setting. We initially started this project in Kira's spare bedroom, but I suppose we could say that it's really outgrown that room at this stage.
Certainly.
So we're looking for resources to continue our work in a home setting.
Okay. And if you had any message for Anne-Marie Maffidon, what message would you have for her in terms of encouraging and, telling everybody, yes, you can. It's not a matter of a mantra. It's evidenced by the fact that what she's done, what you're doing, and what all the other girls said today is very clear. So what would you want to say to her or anybody involved in her position?
So I suppose something that I would say is, when we started this project, we didn't think it was going to work. It wasn't something that we knew was going to work, so that's why we did it. So the thing is, you have to take a risk on every idea that you have. It could be an idea that you randomly have while brushing your teeth. And that's something that you should act on. You shouldn't be afraid to do it. And I think it's something that really needs to be encouraged among everyone, not just young people, but adults too. I mean, people of all ages can have great ideas, and if these aren't acted on, they're completely wasted.
Okay. And then probably the final one, if you have a 13-year-old or a 10-year-old or a 9-year-old sister, what advice would you want to tell them now in terms of how would they deal with when boys say, no, this is not my area, this is your area? So if imagine you have an 8-year-old, 9-year-old sister or sibling or cousin or niece or nephew, what advice have you got for her?
Okay. I don't have a younger sister, but if I did, I would say to follow your dreams. If you have any ideas, don't be afraid to pursue them, and don't be afraid to challenge yourself. Because if your dreams don't scare you, then they're not big enough. You know, you have to reach for the stars, because sometimes you won't get there, but you'll find when you look back that you're so much further than where you started. And you know, if you ever feel like giving up, just remember, if you ever feel like giving up, just look at where you are and think, when I started, I would have given anything to be here. So if you give up, you'd have to go back to the start, and then you're just going to want to be where you were when you gave up again. So never give up, and never be afraid to you know, dream big.
And the thing that I have is that if someone does tell you that you can't do it or that you're not able to, and if they make you angry about it, just use that anger to prove them wrong. Like, don't let them be right about it, just prove them wrong.
Thank you. That's similar to what most of the entrepreneurs say in terms of invention and working things out. I think that's quite useful. And then if you have an investor, a real investor, like Richard Branson watching this program, or the vice president of Google watching this program, and they will watch it because it's going to go on YouTube as well as being aired, what would you want to tell them about how they should deal with young entrepreneurs like you? You're not just scientists, you're also entrepreneurs. That's what I love about the combination.
I would say don't be afraid to invest in all young people. Good ideas come from the most unlikely of places. Ours came when Emer was gardening with her mom. Another group of girls here, it was literally when they were brushing their teeth. That's where the idea came from. And these ideas can grow from small seeds into wonderful things. And just don't be afraid to take a chance on young people.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I would say the same. Obviously, don't be afraid to help young people, but also, if you hear about someone with an idea, rather than look at all the negatives, why don't we focus on one positive of it? You know, it's likely that when you have an idea, you look at what's wrong with it rather than what's right with it. And there might be 1,000 reasons why it won't work, but if there's one reason that it will work, then it might actually work. So I think that that's something that if someone comes to you looking for help and they have an idea, just look at the positives and see how you can try and make it work.
Thank you very much for your inspirational words. Thank you. It's a great pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.